CA Gold connector video for ATP cable. The CA Gold cable connector can be used at calibration points to make it reusable instead of the standard permanent crimp connector. Permapipe provides an Amphenol UHF connector. Permapipe also provides a cycling crimp tool, where we crimp the outer ferrule at the 2.55 setting. You'll need a set of diagonal cutters and a strip tool. You'll also need a soldering iron and 50 thousandths rosin core solder. The following is the procedure. Typically, the ATP cable comes out to the site where it is pitched or twisted together. So you want to open it up about 3 inches at the end of the cable. The cable can be either blue and white or red and white. For this example, we're going to show you the blue and white wires. The first step is to take your blue wire and strip back approximately a ½ inch. And then taking your plug body, you're going to, actually before you put your plug body on, you want to put your UHF coupling ring on over both wires. Now, there's a square shoulder and a thin shoulder. You want the square shoulder to go on first. And then your outer ferrule, you want to put that, both wires through the outer ferrule and bring it down about 3 inches. At this point, you're going to take your your plug body and bring it down till it bottoms out on the blue insulation. At that point, you're ready to solder the inner pin. So at this point, you want to set up your soldering, get it secured. Then taking your 50 thousandths rosin core solder, you're going to touch the inner conductor and feed in the solder. The solder capillary action is going to bring the solder into the head. Once that's complete, you're going to bring your white wire and actually pitch it back into place, and you're going to mark the back side of the plug body with the wire. So it's about right there. So now I'm going to strip my white wire, or actually cut my white wire where I have my mark, and then strip about 1/4 inch and this will go up against that shoulder just like it's shown. At this point, you're going to bring your outer ferrule up. And you're going to start it into the ID. So you can see I have my my ground wire, started with my outer ferrule. Then I'm going to take my crimp tool and go to 255 and place that around the white and blue wire. on the back side. At this point, I can push up against and bring the outer ferrule square with the shoulder. Release my crimp tool, and you can see the back side is nice and smooth. At this point, I'm going to bring this in and butt it up to the 255 and crimp. At this point, I can bring up my coupling ring and thread it on. At this point, I want to do a insulation and continuity test where I'm testing from the outer housing to the inner pin. That reading should read open. So I'm going to trim the inner pin. As you can see, it's fully soldered. And now this is your UHF CA Gold connector for ATP cable. Now I can use a straight adapter, and on the straight adapter it has V grooves. These V grooves line up with the grooves on the connector, and I can connect it to its mate. So this is the connector for the CA Gold ATP cable connector.